a Saints team that knows they have to take care of the ball.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. They go play action here on first down. And his first look is incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. From the shotgun, Ryan. And he's got Sanu. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
On second down, Freeman. Freeman with a fast feet. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
It seemed like the situation was 2nd and a mile to go for a first down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a 3rd down.
The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. On 2nd down, Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Now Ryan on second down. And he's going to go down again. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And, Charles, they get the field goal. Took them a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run out of. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
On 1st and 10, Dixon. Thomas has got it, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Off-play action. Dixon. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. So the offense has it 1st and 10. First carry here for Charles Sims. And down to the 36-yard line here. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Dixon. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Tech McKinley in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. So the sack on 1st down there by the defense, and now it's 2nd down.
Let's go.
Sims. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
And he's got Snead. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Fresh set of downs here. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. He's to the 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have taken the early lead. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them, not easily.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. On second down, here's Ryan. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down. Then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back. But it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. And he'll be out of bounds, getting it across the 25. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got to jump here. So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. From the gun, Dixon. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football. Incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked somewhere else. And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. Julio Jones all alone. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons are in for 6. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. Throwing on 1st down. Dixon staying on his feet. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Tech McKinley in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Off the play fake. Dixon. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. line going to give it to Freeman. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Looking to throw on second down. Ryan into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Here we go.
On first down, Dixon. He gets it to Thomas. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Dixon. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Vic Beasley coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. To throw on second down, Dixon. Caught by Snead over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. 23 yards on the play. Now Sims. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
And this really is a good defense because what they've done is focus on stopping the running game and being physical against it.
And the numbers, they really bear that out. They're currently 5th in the National Football League in rushing defense. Looking to throw. Dixon. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Back to throw. Dixon. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking downfield for Jones. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
And on 2nd and 10 now. Throwing again. Ryan. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jones. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And now a first down following that long gain. From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
That was very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Second and 10 now. Ryan. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And Bryant's kick is good. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? Meanwhile, taking a look at what's going on in KC. The Broncos, they've taken an early lead against the Chiefs. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Yeah, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Looking to throw on second down. Dixon. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's third down. The Saints on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Dixon. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Looking to throw. Dixon. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
Play action. Dixon. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Saints on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 16.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Dixon. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. first possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now Ryan. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. To start the drive to Sims. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. To throw on second down. Dixon. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing. And they got it done.
On 1st and 10, Dixon. Caught right side at Snead. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And that's 30 yards now in the last 2 plays. Back-to-back 15-yarders, and they're rolling. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. A give. This is Kamara. Shrugs him off. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Looking to throw on second down. Dixon. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. Third down here.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. Throwing on 3rd and long. Dixon into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Here we go with 2nd and 7. Again, they'll run with Freeman. Stops short of the 25. The nice move couldn't ultimately free him. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
That was a terrific job by the defense stopping them on 3rd and short. But sometimes you get some visual cues from the offense because when they're going in short yard situations, you might see the offensive line come in tighter together, a little more shoulder to shoulder, trying to wedge a hole in the middle. They didn't get it done on that play.
Elsewhere at Arrowhead there in the 3rd quarter. Now the Broncos have added on to that lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. To throw on 2nd down. Dixon punches with a catch over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Throwing on 1st down. Dixon. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Back to the air on 2nd down. Dixon. And he comes back with one complete. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now they run with Sims. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And if you're the defense and those D tackles, you like that they're trying to run the football here against your 4-3, don't you?
Yeah, because they tend to eat things up because they are so strong and physical, and especially when they play with leverage where they get lower than the offensive linemen and control them. And what I love about the good defensive tackles.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Tech McKinley in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. The Saints on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Operating from the gun, Dixon. It's complete to Snead. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to go deep for Funchess. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. So out come the Falcons now. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Yep. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Let's go.
Freeman again. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Dixon. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, Dixon. A dump off to Sims. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Looking to throw. Dixon. And this one complete right side to Funchess. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And he's got it over the middle. Fleener. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. On 1st down, Dixon. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick, but instead it falls down incomplete. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Dixon. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, Everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
To throw on third down, Dixon. And the tight end has it. It's Flainer. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first. But correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
For so many years, I was convinced it was a myth, because you always hear about the smaller running back. Oh, he gets lost, you can't find him, and sometimes that's part of his genius. But it's true. You get behind big offensive linemen, the defensive line guys trying to find him, trying to peek around people to see him, and he gets lost. But this guy...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. So they get the score still down, but bottom line is they kept themselves in the game.
They did keep hope alive, Brandon. That's exactly what they did. Now they've got to deliver and finish things off.
And it's good. It cuts it to 2. 16-14 our score. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And it's second down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. And the offense here just looking to stay in bounds, complete the short passes, and put this game on ice. On 3rd down, Ryan. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
On the NFL scoreboard there in the 4th quarter in Philadelphia. And the Eagles have taken a lead late in that one. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. And they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone. And with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want are a couple of big plays. Eat up chunks of yardage and cut down the number of times you have to snap the football.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. He's back to throw. Gets it to Bryce Butler, complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Grady Jarrett in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
He'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hamilton. And he is out of bounds, getting it just shy of the 35. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. The Saints on third down, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. They'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. On 1st and 10, Dixon. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Dixon. Caught left side by Funchess. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So here now is the kicker, Nick Folk. This will be from 53 for the win. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So here now is the kicker, Nick Folk. This will be from 53 for the win. And he's not able to come through. This is no good. And that is how this game comes to a close. So a field goal that could have won it went awry. Pretty good distance field goal. It wasn't a chip shot, but still, that one's going to stick with him for a little while, you'd have to think. It is, and I know that he missed that one, and they walk off the field, and obviously they don't feel great about themselves. They just lost a game. But this is where the proficiency of kickers actually comes back and hurts them, because they've gotten so good and we expect them to make just about everything, and we forget that's still a long field goal attempt. And so much pressure there at the end of the game. It's one of those situations, unfortunately, where you're either the hero or you're the GOAT. And what you also hope is that you've built up equity with your team by making a whole lot of big kicks before, so that the occasional miss doesn't hurt you going forward. So for the Falcons, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Saints, the season is really nosediving now as they fall to 2-12. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.